Now to our top story tonight, the Oregon Health Authority is now recommending that everyone wears a mask in indoor public spaces. That's even if you're fully vaccinated. Now, before this, these recommendations were coming in county by county, but now this is a statewide recommendation for Oregon, and it follows similar guidance from the CDC. The agency is also now recommending indoor masking for everyone in K-12 schools, regardless of their vaccination status. They say this is to protect those who are too young to get vaccinated. Some districts, including West Linn, Wilsonville, and Oregon City, had already decided not to require masks this year, but the largest school district hasn't made a decision on this yet. Fox 12's Drew Marine spoke with some Portland Public School parents about this as they wait to find out the plans for the fall.
One mom I spoke with says students have been through enough in the last year and shouldn't have to wear masks, while another tells me her child is high risk and hopes PPS not only recommends them, but requires them for the safety of all students.
I was really relieved to hear that, actually.
I'm very disappointed to hear that. I think it's horrible news for our kids.
Vaccinated or not, the CDC now recommends staff, teachers, and students at K-12 schools wear masks, and Portland Public Schools parents have some mixed reactions.
We had an awful school year last year and was really hoping that things could get back to normal this year.
The Oregon Department of Education also released new guidance last week, strongly recommending masks inside schools for those who aren't vaccinated. It's ultimately up to each school district to decide their policies for the upcoming school year. While some have already decided not to require masks, others, like Portland Public Schools, are still creating their guidance. Superintendent Guadalupe Guerrero saying at a board meeting Tuesday the plan is in its final stages.
We want to make the absolute best decision we can with the most timely information available, including public health guidance and consideration of fluctuating COVID trends in our area, versus being hasty to share any guidance or instructions prematurely.
Rochelle Chase's third grader is high risk, so she's hoping they'll not just follow the CDC's recommendation, but require masks in schools to protect everyone.
A PPS student has cerebral palsy, so that puts him at higher risk for COVID. So sending him back to school it's so necessary, but it is also scary. He can hear a lot of conversation in PPS about equity. And so I would ask that they apply an equity lens to this conversation and think about kids like my son, who really needs to be back in school and also really needs that extra protection.
While PPS parent Danielle Mackey says if they require masks, she'll consider pulling her 7th grader from the district.
That if the adults in the world would get vaccinated, our kids would be completely protected and they would be fine. School-age kids need to see people's faces. They need to be able to interact with people socially, emotionally. I think wearing a mask all the time really hinders that.
In their board meeting, Portland Public Schools says they'll share their recommendations next Monday. Reporting in North Portland, Drew Marine, Fox 12 Oregon.